All right, so this is a funny way to start a video, but here I am looking at my feet. I wanted to give you guys a follow-up on the RockRooster slide-on boots, the laceless boots. I've been wearing them now for probably over a year. They're really easy to get on and off. As you can just see, that was really easy to get off. And to put them on, all you do is stick your foot and slide to the front, and they go straight in. You don't even have to reach down and grab them, even though they have a pull tab on them. So I thought that would make them, you know, really loose. And shake around your foot, and while they're not as tight as a tennis shoe that you've laced up tight or other boots you've laced up tight, they're plenty comfortable, and I've worn them all day on many, many days, and they're still really comfortable. And it's nice to know I've got the steel toe protection in case I drop anything on my foot. So these are working out great, and the reason I mention this is because they happen to send me another pair of boots to check out. These are lace-up boots, and I'm going to wear these at work. So I'm going to unbox these and take a look at them, and then I'm going to wear them at work for a few weeks and get back to you on what I think of them. All right, so they sent the boots in a very easy to ship package. Basically, it's a bag that you can reseal later, so that's cool. It's got an opening tab and then a resealable adhesive layer. That's pretty smart, actually. So easy to ship back if the size is wrong. One of the things I'm kind of curious about is, will they have consistency of sizes between different boots? Because I got 14s last time and they fit just right. But will these also fit in 14? Because the last ones were slip-ons, and these are lace-ups. So packaging, pretty standard. Got some stickers for the board. That's kind of cool. Warranty service, 1-year warranty. That's nice. Never taken up a warranty on shoes, although I could have. I recently wore some New Balance at work, and the New Balance shoes lasted me 2 months at work before the toes blew out of both of them. Total disappointment there. They were $100 for the pair, so that really sucks. So this pack is recyclable. That's cool. So they gave me a variety of shoes to pick from, and I chose another steel-toed pair because, believe it or not, at work, it's a pretty rough environment. So I thought steel toe might be a nice option. I usually wear tennis shoes to work, but I've dinged my toes so many times it's hard to count. So I thought this will be a nice plus. They gave me a few shoes to choose from. These are not bad. As far as appearance is concerned, I would prefer if the sole were a darker color when associated with like a black boot like this, but these are fine. I mean, you know, to be honest, I wear size 14. RockRooster carries up to size 15, so beggars can't be choosers, because historically, if I go to a mall, the only place that has any shoes in my size is Foot Locker, and then I only have a few pairs to choose from. So I've never been able to be picky about the shoes I wear. If you have the same problem with big feet, then you can definitely identify with that. Let's see, sanitized, active fresh, sanitized, treated, odor-free articles. Oh, I see. So they're okay. So the leather is treated in some way, I'm guessing. Cool Max, keep you cool and dry. Going through all of their notes here. Poron XRD, right amount of comfort, performance when you need it most. So that must be the insert. So this is for so your back doesn't take the hit if you take big jumps or something like that, I'm guessing, or standing on hard concrete. We'll find that out because that's what I do a lot. Made in Australia. There's their website. Very cool. Boots look pretty nice. Try them on. Okay, I don't think I've ever seen this before, but they gave a spare set of laces with the boots. I don't think I've ever gotten that before with a set of boots. That's, or any pair of shoes for that matter. So free set of laces. I don't know if that's normal or not, but if it is, I'm kind of impressed. There are people that shoes are part of their wardrobe. You know, a lot of people, not me, because again, I can't afford to, because I never get shoes that I think are aesthetically pleasing. I just find shoes that fit. So, all right, let's pop these guys on, see how well they fit. I kind of like the construction here. It's all sewn leather. Seem like they're well padded. Size 14, US 48, UK 13. These, like a lot of leather boots, are somewhat stiff, although they're not hugely so. I've gotten some where you really have to put neatsfoot oil and break them in. These don't feel like that, but they are a little bit stiff. I assume they will break in as you wear them. They have eyelets for the top two, just hook eyelets instead of through, so you can loosen them up enough to get on. And I like the fact that they put the information on the shoes on both tongues. Sometimes it's only on the left or the right foot. This way, hopefully if one wears off, the other one will still be there. Sometimes I forget what size I got in the particular brand. And it looks like the sole is Vibram. Oh yeah, there it is. So that's a well-known brand. These aren't really deep treads, which actually is good for the shop. If you're a machinist, you know that having deep treads gets chips stuck in it. These do not have deep treads, and they're pretty wide too. So the likelihood of chips getting stuck in it goes down for that factor. And it's moderately stiff material, so I don't know if the chips will cut into it and stick in if you're looking for something for the workshop. The other ones I have here do not pick up very many chips at all. The soles for these guys are also Vibram, and they have some tighter chips. You'll notice there's only a couple chips in here. I've even worn these in the backyard working as well. These have been great. No complaints whatsoever. So here's a note. They have a nicely sewn leather, fairly thick leather pull-on strap here, and I was lazy on the first shoe I put on, and I just tried to crank on this, and I pulled really hard, and it actually broke the stitches right through here. That's probably my bad for not loosening the laces first. I thought I could just pull them on. I was wrong. So I loosened these up more, and then it slides on easily. That was my bad, so I broke one of these pull tabs right off the bat. I don't necessarily think that's their fault. The top part of this, so the inside part here, I think is just stitched on this single row of stitching across here. The outer piece is on here, so it's stronger. This one, the inside piece just has that one row, and I pulled hard enough to break the thread there. So that's probably my bad for abuse, but something to observe. They didn't actually double it up all the way down, probably because they didn't want it to look that thick all the way down, I'm guessing, because that would make it stick out a lot more, but who knows. In any case, that's something to look out for. And if you're wondering about the pull tab I broke, here it is. See, there's only a single set of stitches through the back part, and I broke the thread here completely. But I was really cranking on it, so that's my bad. See, it fits in here like this. If it had been extra stitched, I probably would have gotten away with it. But then again, you're not supposed to abuse what they're used for. There's just to pull your heel in somewhat gently, and I really yarded off it. Leather was fine. So here are the boots on, and they're reasonably comfortable, although the bending forward, I can feel that they're still a little stiff, and they're going to get better as the leather right in this region right here. So the leather right in this region, as it softens up a little bit, right now it's stiff, factory fresh. So once that loosens up, I think they're going to fit a little better, but also I'm not wearing the right socks for these. I tend to wear quarter socks because I wear tennis shoes a lot. You need full socks for these, I think, because they go up much higher on your foot, so I don't think I'm wearing the right socks either. But other than that, they feel pretty comfortable. They seem to absorb shock reasonably well. Obviously, this isn't a good way to tell, but not as harsh on my back as I thought they'd be. Boots usually have pretty hard soles on them. These are not bad at all. Well, let's give them a week at work and see how that works out. I do a fair amount of walking, usually 4 or 5 miles of walking around the lot per day. So it'll be nice to see how I feel about them at the end of a week. One last thing, size consistency of the boots seems to be good. I wore 14 in the slip-ons and 14 in the boots, seem to fit really nicely. I've had issues with that between brands for sure, but even in New Balance, which is what I normally buy because there's a factory outlet near me, I had problems between different models of New Balance shoes. In 14s in one, sometimes I need a 15 in another, so that's always been a problem for me. These seem to fit pretty nicely. That's a good plus. All right, so here's the promised feedback. I wore these guys for a week, and the first day, since I normally wear tennis shoes, I noticed the weight. These are significantly heavier than tennis shoes, but they're not hugely heavy or anything. They're just noticeably heavier because the leather is very thick. Two, they were a bit stiff, and that's probably again because the leather's brand new and thick, and so they had to break in. But here's the interesting bit. They only took a day to break in. After the first day, I didn't even notice I was wearing them anymore. The first day, right in here, this bend, I could feel them sort of push back and resist. But after the second day, didn't notice anymore. Didn't even notice the weight after the second day. Not bad at all. The only downside for me at work is that they creak. The leather is thick enough that when you're walking up steep stairs or ladders like I do, they creak. So if you're on stage and they creak, that's not good. That could interrupt production. So I won't be able to wear these to work. I really like the steel toe on this, and I love the fact they came with spare laces. That's a really nice plus. Overall, I think they're great. They're not going to work for me at work. They do have some that are cloth uppers, and those probably would work out better, so I might look into those at some point in the future. But in the meantime, I'll use these around the house, in the garage here, and also in the backyard. They're pretty fantastic. It's very thick leather and very nicely soft. Again, they took a day to break in. They do have a break-in period, but I hardly noticed after the first day. So give them a big thumbs up, and a big thumbs up to RockRooster for another nice pair of shoes at a very reasonable price. Thanks for watching. Hope you find it useful. Hope to see you next time.